Hey everyone, this week we're going to be looking at the missional mindset as a lifestyle. This is huge when we talk about urban ministry because nobody really wants to feel like they're a project. When we were in Chicago, this was one of the things that we had to deal with very significantly. We had to get over our concept and our mindset and our idea that we were to be working on people towards an end, as if they were we were really only interested in them based on maybe they would come to our church or maybe they would come to Christ or all those kinds of things that we try to work them towards in the church. And while certainly that is the end goal, that is the hope, we can't divorce that, we can't separate that from the process and from the relationship that we build with them that we hope maybe one day we'll get them to that. We continue to pray for them, we continue to talk to them and work with them and through every opportunity that God gives us to get them to that end. No doubt we're passionate about that. That's the objective. Don't hear me wrong. But when it comes to missional ministry as a lifestyle, we start to see things a little bit differently. We start to see relationships with people as kind of an ends in and of themselves. It's not just the means by which we get to the end of getting them in the church or getting them saved or working towards any of that, while that is where we are working, like I said. But the relationship in and of itself is something that is valuable and important and something that we must consider as we learn to live a lifestyle of missional ministry. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 20 says, while we are therefore Christ's ambassadors, as though God were making his appeal through us, we implore you on Christ's behalf to be reconciled to God. God has made us his ambassadors. He has given us that ministry of reconciliation, Paul writes. And it's important for us to live a lifestyle that takes advantage of that, that understands that lives with that purpose from day one. It's important when in urban ministry to understand the lifestyle that you're living in the context of that community. So for us, when we were in Chicago, one of the main things that we did, we got plugged in to various things going on in the neighborhood, and we viewed every opportunity to connect with our community as an opportunity to meet people head on with the message of Christ. So I took over my son's baseball team. That got asked to coach, and then before I knew it, within I think 6 weeks of being in the neighborhood, the director told me he was retiring from the position and that the job was all mine for next year. So the following summer, I ran the entire league. My wife got in on the PTO. She got to know families. She got to know how the school worked. She talked a little bit about that with you last week. But those were the types of things that people just kind of see as regular, mundane, normal things that people do in life. But for us, it served a greater purpose. So even things like the people that we got to know at the Dunkin' Donuts down the street. It was just for the coffee, I promise. But we met people there. We met the people who worked there. We knew them by name. They knew us by name. The little cafe on the corner kind of place. These what we call third place spaces for you to meet with people become very, very important. Jobs, for instance, most of the time an urban ministry is going to be some sort of bivocational. In fact, when we were in the city, we took it a next step further, and you may think, yeah, it's semantics, but to us it really meant more, and we saw it as co-vocational. Because for the longest time within the church, when a pastor had to utilize another source of income, find another job, it was always kind of a necessary evil to supplement what he or she was doing in the ministry. For us, we saw this as an opportunity to connect with people who otherwise would not be in our lives. So even if we had to work another job, it wasn't that it was some sort of diabolical oppositional thing to our ministry call. It was another opportunity. It worked together. It worked inside of, and really contributed to the relationships that we were able to build in our neighborhood and in the work that we were doing and people in our homes and being in their homes and being involved in life together. Missional ministry is not just something that you do, you punch the clock, check in, check out as your job. Ministry in general is typically more demanding than that. But it's because of our passion, it's because of our call, it's because we care about the way we live life in community with people and the way we see every opportunity every event as an opportunity to meet someone where they're at and what they need and be a part of their life. One other story for you is the story of the O'Haras. My oldest son came home one night, and he said, "This new boy he invited me over to his house for his block party." It was about this time, fall, Halloween party, and the costumes were out, and they had their streets blocked off, which was something people in our neighborhood did on a regular basis. And they had a DJ playing, and there were games, and there were kids running everywhere in all sorts of weirdo costumes. It was hilarious and fun all at the same time. And we were reluctant initially at first to even go because, quite frankly, we were tired. We didn't want to do anything that weekend. But in the years since, we have been so grateful that that was something that we took advantage of because we met a family that became friends. And that family has been someone that we have lived life together with. Our kids were in school together, all those kinds of things that really was an opportunity that we would have missed had we not gone that night. Had we not said, you know what, this is important. This is something that we want to make valuable in our lives. We want to put emphasis on for our kids is being present in the community. We participated in this block party and made some connections that we otherwise would not have ever done. And then out of that, we had meaningful conversations about life, faith, and stayed in contact with this particular family even after we left the city. And God will use those regular, mundane things to do something amazing for his kingdom. The issue is whether or not we will see it that way. Do we see the context? Do we see the purpose? Do we see the potential and possibility of what God could do in the normal and regular things? We do if we live with a missional mindset. It's mission as a lifestyle. Have fun talking about it. We'll kind of interact over the course of the week. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.